Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Rick Banez coming to you from FredREIA, the real estate investor group in Fredericksburg, as well as Florida. And today is January the 19th, and I'm here to review the December, last month's 2023 final year months numbers. And so let's get into it and see where we're headed. So for new listings, we had 268 new listings. This was down 30% from last month, but compared to last year of December, it was down a negative 24%. The 5-year December average of new listings was 429. So again, new listings came in at 268. New pendings came in at 337. This was down from last month, a negative 16%, and the 5-year December average is coming in at 532. So again, we're still having significant new listing issues and new pending issues because there's not enough listings. In terms of closed sales, we're actually up 390. We were up 8.6% from November. The 5-year December average is 539. For the median sold price for the Fredericksburg area is 425. That's 425,000. That's down a negative 3.4% from last month, with the 5-year December average coming in at 377. That's $377,000. Looking at the chart to the right, you'll see the blue scale. That's the closed number of units, and you can compare that from December of 2023 to December of 2022, and you can see how it's down. You can also compare it to December of 2021 and how it's still radically down from that month when we were in COVID. Whereas the purple line represents the median sold price. This is a little bit of a roller coaster ride, but generally you can see that the trend is headed upward. And that's where we're getting this median sold price of 425. In terms of active listings, we had 660 active listings, comparing that to last month of 815. And it was still significantly down, still on the very low side in terms of active listings. Days on market is remaining the same. I should say close to the same. It came in at 31 days on market, so about 4 weeks. And last month it was 29 days on market. In terms of the average sold to the original listing price ratio, we came in at 97.9%, still approximately 2% discount from what we're, typically what the sellers are asking for and what the buyers are getting. And that's almost identical to what it was in November. Getting into the sold summary, you'll see the total sold dollar volume was down a negative 2.75 at $191 million. The average sold price was 485, comparing it to December of 22 at 447. So this was an increase of 8.5%. The median sold price was at 425 compared to December of 2022 at 415,000. This was an increase of 2.41. But the units, because of low inventory, were down about 11%, coming in at 390 versus 438 the previous year. The average days on market, we talked about that. That was at 31, and last year it was at 36. So that's down about 14%. The average list price for solds was 490,000 compared to last year at 451,000. That's an increase of 8.68%. Going down a little bit on the page, looking at attached, which we know as townhomes, and detached, which we like to be called single family homes, the attached average sold price came in at 379,000. So the townhomes selling at 379, and at last year December was 357,000. That was an increase of 6%. Looking at single family homes, the detached average sold price was $501,000. And for December of last year, it came in at 463,000. That's an increase of 8.34%. In terms of the attached units sold, we were down a negative 20%, almost 21%. For this December, we sold 53 attached townhomes compared to December at 67. And then single family homes, we sold 337 units compared to 371 last year, and that was down approximately 9%. In terms of inventory, the new active listings and new under contracts and new pendings, you'll see that we were down a negative 19% in active listings from December of 2023 to December of 2022. December of 2023 came in at 660 active listings, whereas last year it was 819. The number of new listings versus active, the number of new listings came in at 268 versus 355 last year, which was down a negative 24%. In terms of pendings, we'll do all pendings. That was actually up 7%. In December of 2023, we have pendings 449, and last year we came in at 416. So a little bit of a bump there. The type of financing and or cash sales that we have, the number one seller is conventional financing. You'll see conventional loans that go anywhere from 5% to 10%, 20%, and they are actually the number one type of financing mechanism at 143 units, followed by VA loans came in at 101. And then tied for third was cash and FHA, both coming in at 65 units that were sold with cash financing and FHA financing. And two had assumption loans. So excellent for those folks who got those assumptions, probably at those low interest rates. That would be awesome. In terms of the days on market, if you look, the majority of them are selling under 10 days at 127 units. Under 20 days, add another 61. But you'll see that there were three that sold that had been on the market for over a year. So they are selling, but some of them are just either not priced right or they've got work. But it's definitely pays to be the first to take a look at these units before, waiting to see if somebody else buys them. You want to take a look first, that's for sure. In terms of the detailed report, I like to break this down into townhomes versus single family homes, and I like to break this down into 3 bedrooms versus 4 bedrooms. You'll see that the price bands, there's 3 price bands for the 3 bedrooms and 3 price bands for the 4 bedrooms. The average sold price for a 3-bedroom home, this is townhomes, and I'm sorry, these are for single family homes, was $397,000. And for a 4-bedroom, it was $593,000. That was the average sold price. And this is just looking at what we call single family homes. If you want to see what townhomes are selling for, they're approximately 30,000 less. 3-bedroom home sold for 362,000 versus a single family home at 397. And a 4-bedroom townhome sold for 462, again about 30,000 less. And the single family with 593. The price bands, you can see they're kind of all over the board for 4 bedrooms. They start pretty strong in terms of unit count at the 400,000 mark, but they go up to 800,000. And with 3 bedrooms, single family, they start at 200 and they go to 499. The best price band for 3 bedrooms was the 300 to 399 price band. And the biggest price band this month was for the 4-bedroom was 600 to 799. And the other thing that I found interesting is if you look at the average sold percentage change, if you look at that increased to 3.94% for single family homes in 3 bedrooms, but dramatically increased to 12.8% for a four-bedroom single-family home. And there were many more four-bedrooms sold compared to three bedrooms. 132 versus 220. It seems like there's either a stronger demand or there's a bigger market for that price band and four-bedroom type homes. And so that wraps up the numbers. I want to go through a couple calendar updates. So next Thursday we have our in-person meet and greet at Wegmans upstairs. So grab a snack and come on upstairs. Either have dinner. We meet at 6 o'clock on Thursday, January 25th, and then our next online meeting is going to happen on February the 8th. It's the second Thursday of the month at 6:20. You can go to either FredREIA.com or Meetup to find that group. And we are posting the recordings on YouTube, so you can take a look there if you can't make the meeting. We're actually going to have a pretty interesting topic coming up. This one is how to do a rehab. And we've got an expert coming in that has done it. She's done it quite a few times, and she's going to take us through how she goes about doing a rehab and costing it out and all that good stuff, and what the keys are to her success. So, anyway, look forward to seeing you, whether it be in person or in online. And if you have any questions, definitely reach out to Anna and I. We'd be happy to help you with sales, property management, or rentals. And I can be reached at 540-412-8252. Again, my name is Rick, and look forward to connecting with you. Take care, everybody.